Okay, I am finally doing this. I'm sick of everyone like, Talwyn Apogee is awesome. She's my favorite character. I love that Ratchet has a girlfriend. Just now. No. First off, he's had 2 other girlfriends. Second, Talwyn is not that cool. She is probably my least favorite character. And that's saying a lot because Quark is just awful. But at least I want him to stick around. Don't judge me, though. I have quantifiable evidence that she is not a good character. So today, I'm going to be talking about why Talwyn Apogee sucks. Okay, no, I can't put that on. Why Talwyn Apogee is one of the worst Ratchet and Clank characters. This would make a cool thumbnail. I'm only going to do the top 5 reasons, because otherwise this video is going to get way too long. So we're starting off with number 5. Talwyn knew too much. Okay, this one might not be accurate since they never really say if Talwyn left Apogee Station very often, but it was clear she had cut herself off from everyone else. And yet she knew where all the planets were located, and she knew how things worked, and she also managed to get onto the Polaris Defense Force in like 4 to 6 years? She was still new to the open worlds, and the Polaris Defense Force, the protection of the whole stinking galaxy, accepted her as a new member? That doesn't make much sense. How did they know they could trust her? She'd only been around for a few years, and you would think that if you wanted to get on the Defense Force, they would study you, check your background history, and most importantly, you would probably have to train. And that alone would take several years. But before you could begin training, you would need to be accepted into training, like a precursor school or something. You'd have to prove yourself, and now you're able to take training. And who knows how long that would take? I guess it is possible they would accept her in that amount of time, but it just seems too easy for her. No, I'm not jealous of a fictional character, but at least make the ladder to success a little more realistic, guys. Alright, moving on to number 4. Talwyn is not all that important. Most of the time, it doesn't seem like she does much. She and Ratchet click all too quickly, and then she just tags around. By the way, I'm not counting the comics. I'm focusing on her video game appearances. But let's think about it. What did she do in her first game appearance, Tools of Destruction? Well, she almost killed Ratchet, and for the rest of the game, she pretty much tells Ratchet where to go, planet-wise. I mean, Clank has been able to figure out coordinates of planets and other galaxies before. He could have handled it. And in the next game, Quest for Booty, she and Ratchet are stuck on an island the whole time. She still doesn't do much but gives tips during the playing, which any other character could have taken over. She does get stuck in a cave, but that almost seemed like the creators wanted to get her out of the way for the next cutscene. Maybe Insomniac Games doesn't like her either. And then she doesn't even appear in A Crack in Time or in Full Frontal Assault. Kronk and Zephyr help in All for One, but she's still not seen until the last game, Into the Nexus. And then she just gets her heart broken by her robot's deaths. Well, that was pretty heartbreaking. I may not like Talwyn, but I did love Kronk and Zephyr. Rest in peace, guys. Okay, and Talwyn does turn off the security to the museum, but I'm pretty sure Clank could have done that too. So what exactly is her purpose besides giving Ratchet a love interest? I don't think there is one. Moving on to number 3. Talwyn is a cliche. Yeah, throw in a girl side character. That's like a tough chick, and there's a lot of chemistry between her and a leading male. This isn't used at all in other fandoms. Ever. Like, never ever. Except maybe in a few. Like in every other movie or game in history. Look at this! Look at these! I didn't even get into any other video games. And Ratchet has had 2 girlfriends that he met and fell in love with under similar circumstances. Unless you count this chick. And some don't count Angela. But still, there's always a girl like Talwyn in movies or games. She's not any different, and everyone kind of expected it. Moving on to number 2. Talwyn and Ratchet's relationship is just weird. I do love how Insomniac Games handled Ratchet's love interests most of the time. Like, they never get too into the romance. The focus is always defeating the villain, and I love that, because that means I can imagine Talwyn and Ratchet never dated. I know it was confirmed they were dating several times, but I can still pretend since it's not important to the games. I just think their relationship is weird. She's not a Lombax. Like, how does that work? How are they even attracted to each other? I've never seen any half-breeds of any type running around in that universe. They are never mentioned or seen. You never see or hear about a half-Cragmite, half-Blard, or a half-Khazar, half-Kerchu, or half this, half that, anytime! In the games, anyway. I'm still working on getting through the comics. So how would a half-Lombax and half-Markasian work? Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Is that even possible? Like a half-dog, half-cat isn't possible. And I don't understand how different species can fall in love with one another. Even robots! I mean, they're not compatible. It doesn't work. Their kids would be weird. What would you even call them? A Lomcasian? A Markbax? That last one's not so bad. I think I'm not the only one bugged with the thought of them having kids, because I haven't found one fan art of Talwyn and Ratchet with a kid. Or just a fan art of their kid. Not one! Here, I'll show you. Let me just type it in. There we go. And boom! There it is. Nothing. Nada. Zip. Either I'm limited in my research or no one else likes the thought of a half Lombax, half Markasian. So ha! Wait. Correction, I found one. Let me just click on it. The heck is that? Ah! I'm not the only one that thinks that's creepy, right? Okay, moving on to number 1. Talwyn is not as smart as she thinks. I'm not saying she's stupid, but she's not a genius either. I mean, she stared at Ratchet for almost a full minute without realizing he was a Lombax. Kronk and Zephyr, of all people, were the ones that were like, "Hey, Lombax!" And Talwyn was like, "What? He's a Lombax?" Duh! She's supposed to know what a Lombax looks like. She's a major in Lombax tech and history. Come on, get a grip, girl. Not to mention, a few times with Lombax tech and tools of destruction, she has no clue what to do with it. With the gizmo that told him to go to Ryken 5, and with the cave holding the clue to Dimensionator. Both times, they found the answer by accident. By accident! Now, if it had just been Ratchet and Clank, that would have made sense. But Talwyn, a supposed major in Lombaxes, was right there and was guessing as much as they were. So maybe she was lying about knowing a lot about Lombaxes, but that kind of makes her worse. If she was lying about her knowledge, why? Holy crap, maybe she's secretly evil! That would be a plot twist no one saw coming. And there you have it. The top 5 reasons Talwyn is one of the worst. And there's maybe like a dozen or more other reasons that aren't as big, like she's a bit of a jerk, or she worries a lot, and she and Ratchet seem to click so fast, like incredibly fast. Like she just all of a sudden accepted him because he was a Lombax. Alistair didn't even do that. Well, I mean, true, he is a guy and he's a bit older, and he's also been dealing with a lot more people trying to kill him than Talwyn does, but still. Okay, I'll stop. But seriously, she's not a good character. If you love her and she's your favorite character, good for you. I didn't mean to offend you. This is just my personal opinion. I don't like her, and this video is to explain why. If you still don't agree with me, that's fine with me. But now you know why I don't like her.